Good evening, Philippines. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to another interesting episode here at the English Blog, a blog of English teachers by English teachers for English teachers. And I'm Adrian from Makati City, Philippines.
I'm Christine from Daytona Beach, Florida.
I'm Sarah in Italy, and we have a special guest. Can you introduce yourself, Mark?
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. Yes, so I am Redrico from Makati City, Philippines.
So Mark is currently earning his bachelor's degree in secondary education, specializing in English at the University of Makati. He has also been consistently included in the university's dean's list ever since he started his college journey in 2017. He has observed a number of ESL classes, both in Makati Science and Pitogo High School during his field study, and now he is about to handle high school students at Benigno Aquino High School for his final practicum before graduating. Currently, he is the president of an organization of students specializing in English in the same university called INGLES Club. For the past several years, he, together with his team, have conducted some of their club activities inside and outside the campus. Aside from being a student and a student leader, he's also a former junior employee in the university's student discipline office. Some of his deliverables were drafting and preparing communication letters and accomplishment reports for the concerned office. He's a very passionate person in whatever he does, a learner and aspiring educator. Let's give a warm The English Blog welcome to Mark Lester Redrico.
Yay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello. So good evening, everybody. Okay, so before I formally introduce myself, I just want you guys to know that it gives me immense pleasure to be part of tonight's vlog. I am deeply honored that I have been invited to be your guest and to be talking with you guys. I couldn't contain what I'm feeling right now, but don't worry because I'll try my best to do so. So I hope that as the night gets deeper, you'll get to know some information about me and the community I represent. So to formally introduce myself, I am Mark Castor Redrico, a fourth-year college student taking a bachelor in secondary education, specializing in English at the University of Makati here in the Philippines. So currently, I am the president of an organization of students who also do what I do and who are specializing in English as well. So our organization is called, INGLES Club. The word Ingles is actually the literal Filipino translation of the word English. However, to make it unique and a bit more meaningful, while having in mind the club's goals and objectives, INGLES became an acronym which now stands for in nurturing and generating language efficient students. So ever since its foundation, it continues to be an active organization in the university even up until now.
Thank you, and welcome to the show. We have lots of questions for more about your about English Club and your
Yeah.
studies. So we'll move through that through this video. It is wonderful to have you on the show, and it's really nice to talk to a new teacher, an aspiring
Yeah.
teacher, a teaching student, both
Thank
teacher
you.
and student. So thank you for being on the show.
Okay, at the English Blog, we provide customized lesson plan making services, life and career coaching sessions, weekly vlog and vlog content related to ESL education. If you want to inquire about any of our services, visit our website at www.theenglishblog.com, or you can also message us at the social media handles which Sarah will enumerate.
Yes, besides our main page, www.theenglishblog.com, where you can find all of our articles and vlogs after they premiere. We premiere them on Facebook, where you can find us at English Blog for Teachers. And we premiere our videos usually every Sunday night. And then they go on YouTube. So you can also follow our YouTube channel. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. They all stay updated. The website and the Facebook are kind of the hub for everything. Just out of curiosity, I want to ask Mark where he heard about the English Blog. Which was it, social media or word of mouth?
I found your vlog through Facebook.
Awesome. I think Facebook is our largest platform,
Yeah.
but whatever our viewers prefer, like, follow, share, subscribe, talk to us, leave comments on this blog, questions for us, questions for Mark. Let us know what you think about INGLES Club, if you know of any similar offerings from your university or schools you worked at. And talk to us. You can also listen to us live on radio in the Philippines, in Mindanao, at 90.5 Good Vibes FM. They also just released their digital radio platform, and we have a link to all of that on our Facebook page. So check it out if you want to listen to some digital radio. Thanks.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. So thank you, Mark, for that little introduction to INGLES, and we're looking forward to learning a lot more about your organization. So what is INGLES? You can tell us a little bit more information about it, and what does it aim to do?
Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier, INGLES is an organization of students who are specializing in English at the University of Makati. So as per the aim of the club, succinctly, our organization, just like any typical language-related clubs, we aim to equip our students and members with mastery of the English language. To put it simpler, we like them to become language proficient students who can unhesitatingly express themselves using English as a medium. And these thrusts are being done by providing them with formative activities that will foster not just their linguistic, but also their communicative skills, which are both highly necessary, most especially that these students are to be teachers of the language in the subsequent years to come. So alongside with the previously mentioned skills, we also develop their characters, both morally and socially. So all these facets, when combined, equate to hopefully producing locally, both global and local competent professionals in the future.
Wow, it sounds very, very comprehensive. You're not only helping them develop their linguistic skills, but also their communication skills. You want them to be able to go out there and communicate with other people. But then beyond that, you go even further, and you also you want to help them develop morally and socially as people. So you really do have this comprehensive approach in your organization. You really want to help them succeed, not just in language, but in life. And I think that's really awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I am curious from what you said about the different types of programming that you do and how you kind of try to make it super inclusive, combine a little bit of social, combine a little bit of language. Can you give me some examples of what kinds of programs you run, what kinds of specific activities you do that help you achieve this kind of integrated learning environment?
Yeah, so you know what? All the student organizations in our university, including ours, are properly guided in terms of the programs and activities we plan to conduct for a particular academic year. So as how things are usually done, we have the so-called GPOA, or General Plan of Action. And in that GPOA, it is divided into three, we call it key areas. Number one is organizational development. So from the name itself, endeavors under these deal with organization's internal system in order to increase its efficacy and effectivity. So under this key area, the club assemblies and convocations are classified. This is also where the relationships between members across different tier levels are strengthened, because we hope that through these assemblies and get-togethers, we would become a centralized body of well-rounded English-speaking students who are synergized by the use of the English language purposefully. Yeah, so the second key area is called student service. Basically, it includes programs and activities that are particularly focused on our initiatives that will certainly benefit our members. So this is where trainings, workshops, and seminars related to improving one's speaking skills are classified. I'd like to think one of our highlights under this key area is the seminar we conducted even before this pandemic transpired. It's a seminar workshop that aimed to hone one's ability and attitudes towards public speaking. It also aimed to provide our participants with practical skills and knowledge necessary to express themselves clearly in a variety of speaking situations they are in. And lastly, it aimed to improve one's speech quality and intelligibility, which are essential for us future educators. So in this particular undertaking, we focused on public speaking because we truly believe that public speaking is an integral part of teaching.
Me too.
Yeah. So, for someone who aspires to become an educator someday, aside from having the mastery on our area of specialization, it's also important that we possess the characteristics and attributes of a good public speaker in order to perform effectively in class. So, as we all know, voice is a very vital asset of a teacher. A well-projected voice backboned with enough level of confidence in speaking can really capture the student's attention and likewise initiate involvement among learners. I know most especially that we are experiencing one of the effects of the pandemic at present, which is the emergence of distance learning. In a situation where teachers and students only meet online, and the teachers' movements are totally restricted as compared to that of during the conventional way of learning before, the only thing left that a teacher can rely on is his voice. And yeah, it's his voice. And we all know that a poorly modulated voice could probably affect the a teacher's quality of teaching in general in an adverse manner. Yeah, so we focus on public speaking because we truly believe that it is one of the ability that a teacher should have in order to effectively perform in class. And what's worthy to mention is that in this activity, we did not only cater our members who are English majors, because we also targeted other students who are enrolled in the same teacher education program with different areas of specialization. So these students are also specializing in mathematics, general science, early childhood, because we have early childhood education in our university, and even social studies. And I'd like to give the full credit for the success of that event to the speakers we invited to share us their expertise. We were blessed to be graced with the support and presence of one of the representative from Toastmasters International, Mr. Carlito
Yeah, I was just
Casas.
about to ask if you have any affiliation with Toastmasters or
Yeah.
if you kind of have a similar vibe, like if you have like competitions and like that kind of thing in your organization as well.
Yeah, we have invited a speaker from Toastmasters International, which is Mr. Carlito Casas, and we also had our very own Dr. Janet Pascual, who are both highly distinguished individuals in their respective professional pursuits. So it was a very nice. It was a very nice experience to be able to get something valuable from them.
Since the pandemic has started. Yeah. Have you done any sort of seminars specifically for public or teaching speaking, I guess, public speaking in virtual classrooms, like by tele teaching specific, like public speaking seminars? Just out of curiosity, because I would take one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have not conducted any seminar or webinar pertaining to public speaking or related to public speaking.
I was just curious if because I've never really thought about that. Although I think I totally agree with you that public speaking is an essential skill for any teacher, no matter what subject they're teaching. And I do think that public speaking is different when it's public speaking on the internet. And I do think there's a real, that's an awesome, gap area that I think your organization is thinking about filling and is in a position to help some of tomorrow's teachers use this current situation to really learn something super valuable.
And the third key area is called community involvement. Okay. Yeah, so as members of the university, we are made aware of the fact that aside from our responsibility to our club members, we also have the responsibility to our community. And when we say community, we are pertaining to both the internal and the external. Internal, it pertains to the community inside the campus. And external, it pertains to the community outside the campus. So you know what? We are lucky enough to be given the chance to really actualize such responsibility even before the pandemic happened. For the inside campus community, we had this, some sort of remediation program among children's ages 8 to 15. It was supposedly an 8-week long program, but the pandemic intervened out of nowhere. And so it got canceled in the middle of its implementation. Just to give you a brief description, the focus of that program was actually the students' reading comprehension. It was created in order to provide multiple opportunities for the children to enhance their reading comprehension through improved vocabularies and other hands-on activities. Yeah, so with regard to the outside the campus community, we are also lucky enough to have joined forces with a local government organization here in the city, specifically in Barangay Pitogo. It's called Sanggunian ng Kabataan, or shortly known as SK. So we had this storytelling session with a number of children in the barangay. And that event aimed to instill values and morals through literature by providing the children with fun and exciting children's stories. Yeah, so overall, it was a very nice experience actually to be able to give back to our community, even in such little ways. And aside from that, those experiences have actually served as a training ground for us education students in terms of teaching and handling varied type of students. So it's basically a win-win situation for the both of us. Like we get to impart knowledge on these children while the teaching, while the experience teaching them per se has surely contributed something valuable in us. Whether in terms
Definitely.
of, whether in terms of enhanced knowledge or even our passion. Yeah,
Yeah.
so those are the kinds of programs and activities we usually do in the club.
My question mark is, what did you eat as a child? Because you're
Oh,
so gifted. What
no.
did your parents do to you? Why are you this sharp in your thinking skills and you're very fluent in your English, even if you haven't finished college yet, your university course? So tell us something about that.
What kind of ignited your passion for teaching if it wasn't specifically in your diet? What made you want to be a teacher and want to did you found this organization, or are you just part of it?
Yeah, so for your first question,
Mm-hmm.
my passion for teaching started when I was in grade school, actually, specifically when I was on the 5th grade. So let me tell you a story. You know, I will never forget the day when my language teacher in Filipino, the national and one of the official languages here in the Philippines, aside from English, you know, she asked me to present an output for one of our lessons before the class. And as a typical young learner and a not so achiever type of student, yeah, it hit me differently when she praised my work. Yeah, and then she told me when I go to college, you know, I should take a course that would eventually make me a teacher in the future. So from then on, I got close with her, and even before graduating, she gave me a small keychain, which is still in my keeping until now. And I treasure that moment very much, that it eventually became part of my system. When I transitioned into being a high school student, that was the time when I realized that, yeah, I wanted to be a teacher someday. More so when I got to experience how to be one. Because at one point in my entire high school life, I served as a student teacher for a whole week as one of the projects of the school student government during the celebration of the Teachers Week back then. So that was the time when I first felt the feeling of fulfillment after successfully teaching my students. And so during my college application, I enrolled in the university's College of Education unhesitatingly. Initially, I aspired to be a Filipino major because of my Filipino teacher who inspired me. But with different series of circumstances, I ended up being an English major instead. which also opened a lot of opportunities for me. And one of which is this, being the president of our organization. Yeah, so INGLES Club, I've been a part of this club for quite some time. I was a former treasurer before I became the president. And so I can say that I have known the goals, the vision, and the mission of the club. And so whenever I, and together with my club members, think of the activities and programs that we want to implement for a particular academic year, we keep those goals and objectives in mind so that we're on the right track.
Yeah, you've got a lot of the best requirements to be a good teacher. You're organized, you're speaking, you're passionate, and I think it takes a good teacher to inspire a good teacher too. So I think you're really lucky to still have this keychain. It stayed with you and you're really running with it, which is really a testament to not only you, but all the teachers that helped form who you are today.
Okay, so here comes the last question, Mark. What can viewers do right now to contribute to your work or take advantage of INGLES' exciting features?
Yeah, so they can actually visit, like, and share our official Facebook page at INGLES Club, so they will get updated whenever we post announcements regarding the events they can attend to in the future. So just recently, we held 2 webinars. One of those provided our attendees with utilitarian and practical strategies they can make use in coping with the stress and anxiety brought by distance learning. And the other one presented a list of effective online learning and teaching tools geared to aid them in studying as well as in teaching in the new normal world. So these 2 topics are both necessary in order for one to continue thriving in terms of learning and teaching despite the pandemic. They can visit our official Facebook page at INGLES Club. That's it.
All
And
right.
again, I would just like to reiterate that I'm deeply honored and at the same time so blessed to be able to share some of our club's information to your audience. I really had a great time talking with you this evening.
Likewise, thank you so much for being on the show and sharing your organization. And yeah, we're all here to teach, we're all here to learn. So I think it's great to connect with other teachers.
There seems to be a lot of overlap between INGLES and the English blog, because for Mark, he was mentioning, talking about anxiety and distance learning, and then online teaching tools, and those are things that we have talked about at the English blog. So for the viewers out there, go follow INGLES on Facebook. You might see a face or two from the English blog in one of their webinars in the future.
And if you guys have, for those of you who are watching us here in the Philippines and all over the world, if you have any questions for Mark and about the INGLES Club, or if you want to connect with them as well, do hit us a question or suggestion or any concern you have for the INGLES Club in the comment section of this video. So don't forget that the English blog provides customized lesson plan, making services, life and career coaching sessions, weekly vlog, and blog content related to ESL education. For any inquiries, messages at our website, theenglishblog.com, or at these social media handles.
As always, you can find us on Facebook at English Blog for Teachers. And along with this video, we'll also post a link to the INGLES Club's Facebook page as well, so that you can easily find Mark and all of their webinars. We're also on YouTube, where we put our vlogs after they premiere on Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram at _English_blog, Twitter at the English Blog 1, and LinkedIn. Just search us as a company or the English Blog. No matter what platform you use, please like, follow, share, subscribe, send us a message. Let us know what you'd like to see from us in the future, and if you have any questions for us or Mark. And hopefully we will see you again next week, either here on Facebook or on 90.5 Good Vibes FM.
And once again, we are the English Blog team. My name is Adrian from Makati City, Philippines.
I'm Christine from Daytona Beach, Florida.
I'm Sarah, broadcasting from Italy, and special thanks to our special guest, Mark.
It was a huge pleasure to have you, Mark. Thank you for coming on board today. We had so much fun talking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank
And
you.
for
Likewise.
those of you guys who are watching us, keep learning, and let's all continue in the journey of lifelong learning and personal and professional growth as well. Stay healthy and happy as well. Okay, until next time, bye.
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 Thank you.